that shit. Social Shakedown that everybody loves today. You created that shit.
And it was just an idea. It was me, Gary Watson, excuse me, and my Crystal. And we sitting down, we like, man, we gotta do something. I said, so I went to Derek Corbett and just pitched it. I'm like, look, what you think about me having a live DJ, you know, going live, really infusing it with social media and doing this? He's like, I like it. He said we could try it out. So I called Papa. I said, how you feel about being on Q93? He like, hell yeah. So we put everything together on paper, and like even I remember Wild Wayne was like, how you got him to do it? I said, I don't know. I just
pitched the woo, yeah.
He was with it. And man, we was always trending. We was trending in other states. People listening and, you know, tuned in. We really, my whole thing was I want to make the listeners feel like they're a part of the show. So I would really, you know, monitor the social media, you know, call their names out, giving them shout out. It was new. It was, you know, it was innovational. People just went crazy. And after a while, I'm talking to Gary. I'm like, man, people starting to use the name. He's like, we got to copyright it. So I know we copyrighted the logo, and we went to the station. We're like, look, y'all need to copyright this show. I said, matter of fact, we need a vehicle. We need to do this. He's like, well, we don't. I said, man, I'll go buy the truck. Well, you can't own the company.
Right.
Man, y'all need to do something. So they didn't do nothing, but Gary was like, we're going to give them another week. If they don't copyright it, we're going to go do it. And that week, she went copyrighted as a radio show, so we didn't do it.
Damn.
But that, you know, took me to a whole nother level to where I'm like, okay, you created this, but now, and I remember like yesterday I was with, I had a dude reached out from Atlanta, and it's a event he did called Arts Beats and Art Beat and something, and it was a event where it was art infused with music, and he wanted P. So I called P. I'm like, man, this dude wants you to come to his event, whatever. P gave me a price, dude couldn't afford it. So he like, next year he called me again. I can afford him this time. I want Master P. So I'm like, I called him. So I'm like, P, dude from the event wants you again. He said, man, we'll talk about that, Juggie. So we just talking. Dude called me every day. So I called P. I'm like, P, dude keep calling me.
Dude on nigga ass. He wants you, yeah.
P like, man, I said, P, listen, nigga offered him 60,000. I said, 60 G's ain't a lot to you, bro, but it's a lot to a lot of people. I said, man, dude willing to fly to LA to show you the event and hope. He said, well, you know what, dude want to come out here and show me the event, he could fly here, but you gonna come with it. I said, shit, that's a free trip to LA. Come on, I'm with it. So I fly to LA. We sit down. The event was dope. You know, P like, oh yeah. So he said he'll do it. Dude wrote him his deposit. He said, all right, now bitch, you gotta come listen to this music. So I said we go in the studio. He put a song on. I'm listening to it. I said, man, you need to do this. He said, that's what I want to do.
Who, Master P put a song on?
Yeah. He said, that's what I want to do. You know somebody who could do it? I said, yeah. I called Black and Mild. I said, bitch, you want to come there late? He said, fucking right. I said, text me your name and your birthday. Boom, bought Black a ticket. And then Ace B came out there, and we all in the studio, and they recording and doing stuff. And nigga P said, I'm happy with this team. I said, this team? Nigga, what you mean? So all of a sudden, I'm flying back and forth. I'm coming to New Orleans to do Social Shakedown. I'm flying back to LA. And in the midst of all that, I'm still cool with everybody. So I remember I was with Birdman, and he was like, man, little homie, I want you to be the face of Rich Gang in New Orleans. And I'm like, damn.
Birdman say, Juggie, I want you to be the face of Rich Gang.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. He said, I want to sign some papers with you. I'm like, damn. So in the midst, you know, I'm still flying back and forth, going forward P. And you know, baby be so busy, I ain't really hear from him. You know, I, like only when like he'll come to town or he'll ask me, do I want to fly to Miami, whatever. But I hadn't heard from him for a little while, and I'm still going back and forth with P, and I'm like, man, this really my life right now. So P said, what you doing? I said, shit, nigga, I'm the man. I'm like, shit, I got the #1 radio show. I'm doing this.
Fucking with you.
I'm coming out here fucking with you.
Birdman talking about this here?
A nigga said, yeah. I said, that's all you want? I said, fuck no, that ain't all I want. Nigga said, shit, I can't tell. When I tell you, my mind was fucked up. I'm like, damn, is this all you want? Like, what else you gonna do? I come back down, I'm like, so I went to Uptown Angela, I said, we need to talk. She like, you know, what you want? You know, I'm like, man, I don't know. I said, sometimes I'm spending more money flying back and forth than I'm making coming here doing the job. So she said, I think you need to go talk to the head dude. His name was Mike Scott. Me and Mike Scott had a relationship.
Right.
I never forget Mike Scott said one day, he said, Juggie, if you were white, you'd be a multi-millionaire. He said, nobody move how you move. He said, all the cars you ride in, you know how, he's like, if I was your age, he's like, man, I wish I could do the stuff you're doing. I'm just like, damn. So I went to Mike Scott, I told him, and it was another producer, white guy. He's like, are you familiar with the show he's doing with Mike Scott? Like, no. He's like, you don't know the ratings and Mike Scott's like, no, what are you talking about? So it just made me realize, like, you could be doing shit on a level like this, but they still ain't gonna know if it ain't in their face.
Right.
And I talked to him, he's like, besides money, what do you want? I said, I just want it to make sense. So, make a long story short, you know, I just outgrew it. And believe it or not, Uptown Angela told me that. We sat down, she said, I feel like you've outgrown the station. I said, huh? She said, I feel like you've outgrown the station, and I feel you should resign.
Q93.
Yeah. And I said, I ain't gonna resign. You just need to do what you gotta do. Cause I took it on from a negative aspect, but in real life, it was the truth. So I'm talking to P, and P said, man, fuck that station. If you know what I'm saying? Like, just real life. And next week I'm moving to LA.
No Limit Executive.
Move to LA. Don't know what he want me to do. What I'm thinking we gonna start another TV show. So when I first got there, me, him, Jay Tweezer, we did a show on Playboy called Doing the Most. If you look it up, you can find it. But it was being filmed for TV, but it was really a radio show. And they ain't have enough money for Pete.
Niggas never have enough money for Pete.
So, you know, we shot all this content, interviewed all these people on the show, but every step just sparked another level. So I'm still with him every day. I'm still going to meetings. I'm still meeting people. I'm still learning every day. And then we started the show called Master P Family Empire on Reels. So I got to be a part of that show. Then we did Growing Up Hip Hop. So I got a chance to be a part of that show. You know, we filming movies. I got a chance to be behind the scenes on movies and have producer credits, associate producer credits, doing this, doing that. And I'm like, when I look back, I'm like, damn, I own companies with this man now. I'm 20 times smarter. I'm looking at things different. My mindset is different. And it was just the path I had to take.
That's what's up, though, dog.
But not even realizing that I didn't do nothing. It was all just laid out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, damn, I could have been mad and bitter, but at the same time, it had to happen like that.
And not getting you another level of
Right.
thinking about the shit. Hey, but Juggie, this is what I want to say. Nigga, like you said, Birdman, face of that, I fuck with P. Nigga, that's big. Some motherfuckers don't get the chance to fuck with none of them. You fuck with both of them. So, you know more than me and you heard the talk and everybody been asking about this shit. What will the verses happen between No Limit and Cash Money?
So I don't know Stunner side, but I know me and P talked about it. And one thing about
Nigga ain't got enough money for that.
Not even that. He just so far above the music to where
Man, that'd be crazy.
But one thing he would do is like a TV show, right? Looking for new talent, and then you get Baby personality, you get P personality. Y'all looking for the next.
That'd be love too.
It'd be crazy.
Hey,
it'd be bigger than life, but.
Man, that'll be so. Have P been hearing that people been asking? Come on, man, P hear this shit.
Listen, the Verzuz stuff, it done came from everywhere.
Oh, so he
I'm sure how it's coming to P, it's coming to Baby too. But I mean, it would be big.
Man, had to break the internet.
It probably would. They had to give both of them an M.
What? Yeah, hey, but listen, is it got to be Birdman against P or No Limit against Cash Money?
So I think No Limit versus Cash Money would be bigger, because P was the artist that kicked off No Limit, whereas on the Cash Money side, it was more so BG, Juvie, Wayne,
right,
you know.
B32
Huh?
that old B32 Baby.
Oh no! I mean, Baby always told you he a rapper, not he a game spiller. He wasn't a rapper.
Remember he had the DJ Crack out with
From the Pimp Daddy days and everything. Like
B32.
Baby always come on there, give me the game. Like I ain't no rapper, I'm a game spitter. So, but then, after, like even a lot of people even around, P, say they wasn't rappers. But if you around it and y'all winning, why not?
Hey, Juggie, I don't even think that'll be. Well, I don't even think you could even like put that on some who won, who lost, or who will win. That should be a celebration. You know what I'm saying? That should be
for sure.
Man, that should be
celebrated. But it.
Or if you had to pick who will win, they gotta put you in the hot seat. If P your homie, that's your.
Both of them my homie though.
Yeah,
I got history and love for both of them.
Yeah, you do.
So,
but so go ahead. I gotta put you in the hot seat. Of the verses, who go? But do a nigga gotta put Nicki and Drake them in there?
That's what I was about to ask you.
How close?
Who are we talking about? Young Money, Cash Money, or are we talking about Cash Money, No Limit?
Cash Money, No Limit.
No Limit to win. No Limit to win because they have.
You ain't gotta go into detail because I know them boys got bangers.
I just think it's
you only need 20.
More of a catalog if you don't include the Young Money stuff.
Who will win, Clue?
It's gonna be a fight.
Oh, it's gonna be a fight. It ain't gonna be no get on lay down. It's gonna be a fight.
You can't count stunning them out, Juggie.
I fuck with people.
But you gotta realize we only talking about everything up to the big timers.
Mag home.
You gotta stop at the big time. You can't go into the Carters.
Right.
So you gotta stop before the Carters.
Right.
Is that Young Money?
No, because
It's the beginning of Young Money.
Cash Money split.
Oh, all right. Hey, man, niggas better not sleep on No Limit though, cause man, bangers.
But both sides got bangers. Both sides have real classic records and a classic catalog that you can't deny. You got KLC and the Beats by the Pound. You got Manny Fresh. You really, and none of it sound alike.
That shit
Everybody different. You know, you had
We
different.
gotta make that happen, Juggie. P talking about talk show. P, I understand the talk show. That talk show shit cool. We supporting that. Nigga, you better give me the money yardage. This nigga give me the money yardage.
Swiss and Timberland need to make it happen. They gotta.
They gotta make it.
They gonna have to cut a big ass check.
Them niggas better cut it, cause this bitch gonna break the internet. Nigga gotta get that Verzuz, man. That shit gonna break the internet. Boy, P, I hear you about that show. Boy, this and that, me. That fucking Verzuz gonna go, man. It ain't gonna be none. I don't give a fuck. Ain't nothing gonna be better than that shit before or after.
You're right. And I mean, the biggest thing is that was my childhood. That was my teenage days.
I went to teen some of this shit.
You know,
you ain't had the Master P dog, nigga.
Shit,
what, nigga? I had the Master P dog, nigga.
That bitch still saying.
I had the Master P dog, nigga. You better not touch that fucking Master P dog, bitch.
I said,
bust you up behind that fucking dog.
Whoever made that dog, they did some good work.
That was the shit, nigga.
For real,
that was my shit. Hey, Juggie, bro. Man, it's somebody watching our podcast and they just want to support you in any way, man. What can they do to support Juggie?
Just keep grinding for themselves, you know, because I'm blessed. You know, I'm thankful. And I just want to see everybody around me and everybody. So I'm gonna tell you who I want to be. I want to be that person who could push the button and change somebody's life from the city.
Oh, that's a good point.
So I want to be that gateway where if I see something and I'm like, oh, this little dude could make it. I could make a phone call and really change their life. That's who I want to be. I want to have a center in New Orleans. I want to have an office in there where people could reach me. I don't want to ever forget where I came from. You know what I'm saying? So. And I think it's hard for me because I'm so infused, and I know who got me where I am, and it was the city. And of course it was P believing in me too. You know what I'm saying? Because, and I mean, Baby believed in me too if he wanted me to be the face of Rich Gang.
For sure.
I really am honored and indebted to the OGs, which is P and Baby, for even taking a liking and having a love for me and really fooling with me like that. You know what I'm saying?
Opportunity to expand and do the right shit.
Yeah, because I mean, you know, if it wasn't for I mean, I done been on private jets with P, but my first time on a private jet was with Birdman.
Right.
Going out the country on a private jet, seeing the world and seeing how he move, and then us coming back and him saying, where you want to stay at, little homie? I'm like, she. It's up to you. He like, you want to stay at a hotel or the crib? Like, fuck, I don't know. He like, you stay at the crib. Me and him just having talks, going exercise while we just talking. I'm like, the more I think about it, like, who could say they did that? You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is memorable and
that's what we here for, the great memories.
Built me to who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't take that lightly. I'm not thankful for that. You know what I'm saying? That built me to who I am today.
Right.
You know, both of them. So, you know, them dudes ever call me and need me, I'm there.
Right. You hands on with this shit with Pete, like you say, every day. Just on the music level, like you say, what you want to be. People already, especially from New Orleans, they already feel like you that person. Whatever. If I could talk to Juggie could make something happen for me. So that's already in people's head. But when people looking for talent and like, you know, limit cash money, and it reach out other places, you hands on with P. So is a nigga even in tune to the talent that's what's going on in the city, and why it don't be reached out to dudes in the city than elsewhere? You're keeping it
so
cheap.
I really feel like us as a people, like when you talk about them two dudes, like a lot of people mad with them and feel like they don't do what they could do, right? But when you really think about it, it's deeper than rap. It really go back to everybody I saw Pete sign or feel like he was gonna give an opportunity to.
They excel.
But it ain't just them. Yeah, they excel. Everybody he touched excel. But it's the people around them, our people, that hold us back. So when somebody say, "Oh, he signed with P," what everybody around you gonna think? Oh, see, P gave him that bag. Man, look, bitch, let me hold us up. Bitch, you need to put us on. Bitch. All that shit gonna affect you. It's either gonna make you unhappy because you really don't have the bag and you trying to fake it, or it's gonna make you do something you ain't supposed to be doing, or just be mad. But you ain't gonna be able to really grind harder to get it because you feel like everybody feel like you made it already. But when somebody give you opportunity, you're supposed to go harder. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't supposed to let up. It's just like if you grind your whole life to get to the NFL, when you get to the NFL, you gonna chill? No, you gonna work harder because you trying to really get that bag. So it's the same way. But majority of people, they get around it, they see Birdman on these jets, they see him in these cars, they see P with his Rolls Royces and his Louis and, you know, the big houses or whatever. Now you mad because you don't have it, but you right there. Whereas you're supposed to use that to motivate you to work harder. And it just don't normally happen like that because there's so many people around you from where we come from. But I think people from other places, they not at the bottom like New Orleans at the bottom. Like, bruh, it's the Big Easy. People wake up. You know, if you got a food stamp card, you could buy hot food, you could buy cold food, you could do whatever. You could sell a couple of them bitches and get some money in your pocket. You really could just live and not trip. If you Google what's the average household salary in New Orleans, it's probably like $17,000 to $22,000. And people surviving off that down here. But other places, they on a different level to where the mentality different. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't as hard to deal with them. And I think a lot of the situations, a lot of people hold their own, but just happy to have the opportunity. They not looking for a handout. They really spinning bread.
Hey, the biggest. I want you to talk on this, and we're gonna get out here in a minute. But the biggest misconception is with artists, something just gonna drop out the sky and somebody just gonna catch them, come and get them because they cold. No numbers, no nothing. So let the people know that the label.
Even when the clubhouse shit came
yeah,
about.
check me out. But let a nigga know that the label don't give a fuck if you kill 25 niggas. If you got your lunch money took every day.
We talking about white people.
Nigga, do you got numbers?
Who we talking about?
You know what I'm saying?
White people,
the labels.
They don't give a fuck.
Do you got numbers?
Who you are, how you look, what your name is, where you come from. Man, look, we met with this dude one time. All he wanted to see was how many followers the people had on social media. That's it. He wants to see the interactions. That's even more important. Because you could have less followers, but you could have more people in your comments.
Right.
More people really in tune with what you're doing and going back and forth, engaged. So the engagement is more valuable than the amount of followers. But that's all they care about. Okay, what is he done? What is he doing? And can we make money with him? Other than that, they don't even want to talk to you. They ain't gonna give you a chance. A lot of label reps call me and ask me, do I know somebody? Because they see they TikTok popping, they see they getting a lot of engagements on social media, and they want to give them a deal. Don't know what their song is, don't like it, nothing. All it is a business.
It's a business.
And a lot of artists, you know, which they supposed to believe in themselves, but they feel like a nigga hating on them if they don't give them a chance, or if they don't. Bruh, one thing anybody in the entertainment business won't find is that next big thing. Why I'ma hate on you if you that next big thing? I want to be a part of
All
what
of
you
that.